There are moments in life where nothing is technically wrong, but everything still feels unfamiliar. Moments where you're not broken, you aren't in crisis, but you're just standing in a stillness that you don't recognize yet. I think a lot of men mistake that moment for failure. When something important ends, for example, a relationship with a lover, a goal that you've been chasing for such a long time, or maybe an identity that you've worked your entire life to make real, there's this strange quiet that follows afterward. And that quiet can be terrifying because it doesn't tell you who to be next. It doesn't tell you what to do after you're done. It doesn't tell you what to do after you fail. But what it does is bring about a stillness that most men just aren't familiar with. That stillness. It can feel eerie, but not peaceful. When you outgrow these moments in your life where you move past or overcome a challenge, it often doesn't feel like growth, but it feels like a loss. I felt this most clearly when getting over somebody that I loved, somebody who hurt me. At first, there's pain. There is serious pain. There's pain that you'll remember for the rest of your life. Then there's anger. I know when I when I was hurt by that person, I felt such anger toward them. There weren't words that I could use to describe the anger because I was so mad. How could they do this to me? Why would they do this? What did I do to deserve this? But then there's relief. There's the relief that after enough time, after enough patience, after enough work on yourself, that you can get over this person that hurt you. There's relief that this person no longer occupies your mind and brings about these terrible, terrible emotions. But after that, there's nothing. There's no longing, no rage, no direction. Just this strange, empty stillness where your mind keeps asking, okay, now what? What do I do now? But let me take a moment to reframe that stillness. The silence is not emptiness. It's space. I just wasn't used to that space because it hadn't been used unless it was filled with someone else. I'd had a void in my heart that was full, always yearning, longing to love somebody. But after it was empty for an extended period of time, I didn't know what to do. I did keep asking, what's next? What should I expect? Is there something I'm missing? But there wasn't. Nothing came. It was just that calm, eerie stillness. Unfortunately, I've also felt the same thing in the gym. I had the plan, the discipline, the routine. But after a while, something felt gray, sort of like the color drained out of it. But let me be clear, I never quit. I didn't spiral out of control about it. I just sat and asked myself, what is wrong? What am I doing that could be causing this? Or what is around me that could be causing this to make me feel this way? Even though I was doing everything right, I still felt detached. So I stepped away, but I never quit. I stepped back intentionally. I didn't force it, and eventually, not on my timeline, I might add, it came back to me. After enough time, enough space and patience, that wonderful feeling of the fun, bright, engaging workouts. It came back to me. But the lesson was sometimes discipline isn't pushing harder, it's knowing when to let something breathe, knowing when to take a step back and just exist. I've also outgrown people I once felt very close to. And what surprised me wasn't the loss, it was actually the lack of devastation. Because when they did something that didn't align with who I was becoming, something that upset me, something that bothered me deep down, but I was always afraid to say something, I didn't feel rage. I didn't feel the need to explain myself endlessly. I just moved on. I just kept going. But let me be clear, that didn't mean that I didn't care. It meant that I didn't need to bleed to prove that I cared. It meant that I did not feel the need to spill my guts to them to show that I cared about them. I didn't need to put them on the spot to show that they were wrong. I just moved on. Most recently, I made a mistake with somebody that I cared about. Somebody that had been there for me for a very long time. Someone I really cared about. I said something blunt, something I didn't mean to, and I offended them. They did not take it well. They essentially told me to get lost, to be clear. And I felt that this person that had been there for me for such a long time, one little misunderstanding, and it was just like that. Immediately, I felt that heavy ping in my chest, that instant tightening, like the weight had just come crashing down onto my rib cage. I haven't felt that in a very long time. But instead of letting it turn into self-hatred, I spoke to myself out loud. I reminded myself, I did mean well. I never intended to harm them. And sometimes, things just break anyway. And then I moved on. I stuck up for myself that day. I understood that it's okay to make mistakes, and some are more costly than others. But I won't end my nights hating myself for making those mistakes. I accept them, I reflect on them, and I move on. Every time I didn't know who I was becoming, it wasn't because I was lost. It was because an old version of me had already finished its work. There's something I can leave you with. Remember that growth doesn't always announce itself as progress. Sometimes it arrives as an unknown, scary quiet. So if you're in a season where things feel gray, where the noise has died down to a level that you're constantly searching for it, where you don't know what comes next, you're always wondering, what can I prepare for? That does not mean you're behind. It might mean you're finally not lying to yourself anymore. Because stillness isn't the end of the story. It's the part where the next chapter hasn't been spoken yet. I hope that you can stay present and move forward with the things that bother you in life. I hope that not by accident, but by growth, you are able to overcome your challenges. Don't numb yourself over these things that bother you. Don't cling to them. Don't collapse. Just remember who you are. Breathe and keep on going. Thank you guys so much if you've made it this far in the video. These experiences that I've had in my life, some of them are just plain dumb. Some of them are incredible. I don't get to choose which ones are which, though. But I do spend a lot of time reflecting on them. And I'm glad that I do, because I can get something out of them, and I can share that experience and knowledge with you guys. Not knowing who you are right now is a scary thing. There's no doubt about it. But if you don't know who you are right now, that doesn't mean you don't know who you're becoming. Now, that might sound contradictory. Let me explain. I know who I'm becoming. I know I'm becoming a more respectful, a more capable, a more thoughtful, a more caring, empathetic human being. I don't know what I am right now. I don't know who I am right now, because it seems like every day is a new challenge. But every day is also a new opportunity to grow closer to that person that I am becoming. Don't let the current now you scare you from becoming the person you want to become. If you've got something in your heart that has always pulled you towards something, stay true to that. Grasp onto that. But don't let it hold you back. If you're scared, if you're nervous about doing something, just remember, if you really didn't want to do that thing, it wouldn't be in your heart. When I was really young, I didn't have too many friends, but I always wanted to be nice to people. And I've never let go of that feeling. Even at 19 years old, I still want to be nice to people. Even though people aren't always nice back, that doesn't mean that I should give up trying to be nice. Whatever your hearts are telling you to do, to be, to say, what do you have to lose what do you have to lose to try one more time? Never forget that, because you have the power to do great things. Don't let the fear of the unknown stop you from doing them. Thank you guys for getting this far in the video again. I can't believe I've already made a second episode of this. I am so glad to be able to share these insights and my reflections with you guys. If there's anyone out there who this ends up helping, just know I'm so grateful to be able to help you guys. As per usual, if this helped you and you have any experiences that you would like to share, please drop them in the comments below. If not, no pressure. Thank you guys for watching again. If you know anyone who might be in need of a video like this, please do me a favor and share it to them. I may end up taking requests for video topics in the near future, because there's only so many experiences one guy can share, but I can try to elaborate on other people's as well with my own experience. But that might be a near future kind of thing. But again, thank you guys for watching. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. I hope you had a great day. I love you guys. Don't forget about the love in the world that's out there for you. You just got to keep finding it. I hope to see you guys in the next video.